Hey, Dan, you want to come over here? All right, we are here inside Heritage Hall, USCFootball.com TV live. Instant analysis from USC's Thursday practice. Howard on field a little earlier, watching the team practice. Shorts and no shoulder pads today, no pads, shorts and helmets, jerseys. Lighter practice, a little bit shorter practice. Dan, typical kind of Thursday fare.
Except they got a very good grade by Lane Kiffin, who wasn't very happy with the semester.
Sure.
Told them one of the better practices of the year, and was very pleased with how their focus and the backups were focused. Whatever he didn't like about yesterday's practice, he liked about today's practice.
Yeah, when some big news came out of there, we did some practice. Lane Kiffin was really happy with what
he felt better last week. Felt real good today on the end. So no question about it. He said what he did last week, and definitely going to have him as a starter right now.
And we saw Alan Bradford get some action out there. One guy we didn't see, Dylan Baxter.
I think hoping he can. He showed up at 5:30, and he looked awful. And 7 a.m. this morning when he stepped in, he's sick, and what's the last integrated and the doctor in the practice looked at it all. But they're hoping, he's going like Juwanza Starling was there today. Didn't look like he was limited. Torrin Harris, and they're saying they're hoping both. Neither one of them practiced today, but they're hoping both of them can go. Torrin also had an MRI for the same thing now as T.J. Bryant. So we got two guys with MRI on their labrum, and have something done, but both of them go today and be able to play.
Yeah, talked to Willie Matt Garza a little bit. You saw Torrin Harris was in a hoodie actually, so he definitely wasn't out playing. Garza, other guys have to step up, saw Bacham get some reps today. I think guys all two guys with Nicole Roby and Reese. And I think, at least according to Garza, they seem pretty confident with some of the other guys. They all have to practice like they're the starter.
And Brian also missed a day of practice this week. So it's basically three quarterbacks that had in the field in the week, and I think that also can limit you special teams here and there. So they should be able to handle it with Marshall Jones stepping in for Johns as a starter, and with Teresa quarterback. Obviously, T.J. McConnell, but pretty thin, and it's and rightly so.
Now, one thing they might do is play as much nickel. I tried Willie Matt Garza to talk about it, but he definitely poo-pooed that. He said they can throw the ball, Katz is throwing 300 yards, stuff like that. I'm not sure if he's like we feel there, but a lot of teams seem to have put 8 men in the box and kind of press this team. So you might see a little bit. You might see 4 guys there that I think a lot.
Yeah. One wild card is when you look at what they did at Arizona to beat them in Tucson. Ron Katz was a player of the week. It was a little while ago, and they've struggled since then, and I think it's really got them puzzled. Obviously, without James Rogers, you aren't going to look as good throwing the ball. So, and then you get a little more attention for Jack, who just has never thrown the ball a single time in his entire college football career. Lane did not know that. He said, "I got to see what they're doing." That's phenomenal.
Certainly, and Oregon State lost on the ball year last week against Washington. So obviously, turnovers going to be
what everybody believes. You can tell when you ask them were the keys the last 2 times up there when the USC lost turnovers, fine, and you're gonna, even the defensive guys are telling you that. Saying, we turned it over, we got behind it. So I think they really do believe we're going to work for Tyler now. He likes to wear gloves. He said in range, no gloves. Wear your gloves in the rain. It's just too slick. And he, was comparing the field yesterday, how slick it was. We're very much aware of possible, issues out there. But water that rainy, that will not wear his gloves.
Okay. All right. Well, that's our instant analysis from Heritage Hall. For Dan Weber, I'm Ryan Aber. Make sure you check out USCFootball.com.